Hello student, I am Irsa Siddiqui. I think all students feeling well and they are comfortable at your home. Today I am going to discuss the chemistry of 10th class and the topic is metals and non-metals. Subtopic is chemical properties of metals. In previous video I have discussed reaction of metal with oxygen and reaction of metal with water. But I have discussed only two examples, that is reaction of sodium with water and reaction of potassium with water, which I have already discussed. Metal react with normal water, hot water and steam. Some of the metal they react with normal water, some of the metal they react with hot water and some of the metal they react with steam. So sodium and potassium, calcium, they react with normal water, but magnesium react with hard water. So magnesium plus H2O, that is it is a hot water, it form magnesium hydroxide MgOH whole twice plus H2 hydrogen gas. So it is required to balance, so you are required to multiply it in reactant side to in water. So magnesium react with hot water because magnesium is less reactive than sodium, potassium and calcium. So magnesium react with hot water, but sodium, potassium and calcium, these react with normal water. So in this way we can distinguish the metal which is more reactive and the metal which is slightly less reactive. Okay, some of the metals like aluminium, iron and zinc, they react with steam. They do not react with hot water, they do not react with normal water, but they react with steam. So how aluminium, iron and zinc react with steam? Take example of aluminium. The symbol of aluminium is Al, H2O. It is a steam. It forms aluminium oxide plus hydrogen gas. So you are required to balance this particular equation. 3 and 2, 6. It is required to balance. So aluminium react with steam and form aluminium oxide and hydrogen gas. Why aluminium react with steam? Because aluminium is less reactive than magnesium. So it react with steam, it do not react with hot water, it react with steam and form aluminium oxide and hydrogen gas. Okay, and form aluminium oxide and hydrogen gas. Next, iron. Iron also react with steam, Fe plus H2O, and form iron oxide, that is Fe3O4 plus H2. So it is required to balance 4H2O and 3Fe. Okay, total number of hydrogen 8. So you are required to multiply with hydrogen in product side with 4. So this is known as iron second comma third oxide. Okay, so because this is a mixed oxide, because it is formed with FeO plus Fe2O3. In FeO the valency of iron is 2 and in Fe2O3 the valency of iron is 3. So it is also known as Fe3O4, that is iron second comma third oxide. Next example is zinc. Zinc react with steam. The formula of steam is H2O. It forms zinc oxide plus hydrogen gas. So this is the balance equation. It forms zinc oxide and hydrogen gas. Some of the metal they do not react with cold water, normal water, hot water or steam, and the metals are that is lead, copper, silver and gold. Lead, copper, silver and gold. They do not react with water at all. At all. It means they do not react with normal water, they do not react with hot water, they do not react with steam. Okay? So these are the metals, that is lead, copper, silver and gold. They do not react with water at all. Okay? Next chemical property is reaction of metal oxide and water. For example, reaction of sodium oxide with water, what will be the product? It forms sodium hydroxide. So you are required to balance the particular equation. Reaction of sodium oxide with water, sodium oxide react with water and form sodium hydroxide. This is known as sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide. Metal oxide is basic in nature. Basic in nature because they react with water and form base. Sodium hydroxide is a base, that is, it is a strong base. It is also known as alkali because it is a water soluble base. So sodium oxide react with water and form sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide is a base. It is also known as alkali because it is a water soluble base. So metal oxide are basic in nature because they react with water and form base. Next example is potassium oxide. React with water and form potassium hydroxide. So potassium oxide is a basic in nature because it reacts with water and form potassium hydroxide, which is a base. It is also known as alkali because it is a water soluble base. So potassium hydroxide is a base because it changed the red litmus paper into blue. Sodium hydroxide is a base because it changes the red litmus paper into blue in color. It is known as alkali because these are water soluble bases. Okay? Next chemical properties is reaction of metal with acid. Metal plus acid, it form salt plus hydrogen gas. When metal react with acid, that is generally acid is dilute acid, not concentrated acid because it is not 100% acid, it contains water, so it is known as dilute acid. So metal react with acid and form salt and hydrogen gas. For example, when zinc react with dilute HCl, then it form zinc chloride plus hydrogen gas. Zinc chloride is a salt. Okay? So it is required to balance the equation Zn plus 2HCl. It convert ZnCl2 plus H2. Okay? So metal react with acid, dilute acid and form salt and hydrogen gas. When zinc react with dilute HCl, then it forms zinc chloride and hydrogen gas. Next, what will happen when iron react with dilute HCl? Iron react with HCl, which is dilute HCl, and form FeCl2 plus H2. It is required to balance, so you are required to multiply HCl with 2. This is known as ferrous chloride because the valency of iron is 2. So it is known as ferrous chloride. It is not a ferric chloride because the valency of iron is 2. So when iron react with dilute hydrochloric acid, then it form iron chloride and hydrogen gas. Okay? So some of the metals, they react with HNO3, that is dilute HNO3, and not form hydrogen gas because HNO3 is a strong oxidizing agent. So some of the metal, they react with dilute HNO3, but they do not form hydrogen, but it form water because it is a strong oxidizing agent. For example, when zinc react with HNO3, dilute HNO3, then it form ZnNO3 का whole twice plus NO2 plus H2O. So here 4 HNO3, then 2 NO2, then 2H2. Okay, so zinc react with dilute HNO3 and form zinc nitrate plus nitrogen dioxide plus water, because HNO3 is a strong oxidizing agent. SO3 is a strong oxidizing agent. So it convert hydrogen into H2O. So zinc react with dilute HNO3 and form zinc nitrate plus nitrogen dioxide and water. But some of the metal, they react with dilute HNO3 and form hydrogen gas. The metal is magnesium and manganese, Mn. This is known as manganese. What will happen when magnesium react with HNO3, that is dilute HNO3, then it form magnesium nitrate plus hydrogen gas. Okay, so you are required to balance the equation. Then next is manganese. When manganese react with dilute HNO3, then it form manganese nitrate plus hydrogen gas. This is very important question. When magnesium and manganese react with dilute HNO3, then it form hydrogen gas, but rest of the metal, they react with dilute HNO3 and form water. But magnesium and manganese, they react with dilute HNO3 and form metal nitrate and hydrogen gas. Next important point, rate of formation of bubbles when metal react with dilute acid. Bubbles form due to the formation of hydrogen gas. So, rate of formation of bubbles when metals react with dilute acid, bubbles form due to the formation of hydrogen gas. So, magnesium, then aluminium, then zinc, then iron. So this is the decreasing order of formation of bubbles. When magnesium react, it form more bubbles due to the more hydrogen is liberated. When in case of iron, less bubble is formed due to the less amount of hydrogen is released when metal react with dilute acid. So decreasing order of formation of bubbles, magnesium is greater than aluminium, aluminium is greater than zinc, and zinc is greater than iron. Okay? Some of the points I am going to discuss. I am going to discuss some important points, that is in note, that is when sodium and potassium, they react with water, they form sodium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas, they form potassium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas plus heat. Because it is a highly exothermic reaction, they catch fire because large amount of heat generate and catch fire with hydrogen, because sufficient amount of heat is released which react with the hydrogen and catch fire. So sodium and potassium when react with the water, they catch fire because large amount of heat is generated. Next important point, when calcium and magnesium react with water, they form calcium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas, and they form magnesium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas. So calcium and magnesium float on the surface of water because hydrogen gas is stick with the calcium and magnesium. So calcium and magnesium float on the surface of water due to the formation of hydrogen gas which stick with the calcium and magnesium. In next video, I will discuss the reaction of metal oxide with acid. Thank you for watching the video.